grow between the neck and over the last 3 days? Are they all of a sudden, do they got some players that's 7 foot and 6'11"? I don't believe they do. And the offensive rebounding, and we talked about it, Skip, in our sport, you know, all turnovers are not created equal. And when you look at it, they only had 2 more offensive rebounds. Was there anyone more bigger than the missed free throw by Giannis? Timing has a lot to do with in the ball game. You know, the referee made a bad call. If he makes a bad call in the first quarter and you win the ball game, you don't think about it nearly as much as the call that he made in the fourth quarter. Well, this rebounding, and that's what it is, Skip. They've gotten crushed on the offensive rebounding, and the Bucks are plus 28 rebounding overall, plus 32 in 5 games. So they're out average rebounding on the offensive end by 6 per game, which leads to second chance points. They're crushing you the last 4 games in fast break points. How a team that's offensive out rebounding you leads you in fast break? Shouldn't it be the other way around? I don't get it. I just don't get what Phoenix. Skip. Like I said, you had the opportunity when you let Holiday shoot 4 of 20, and Book had that phenomenal game. And you didn't win that game. Skip, but if you look at this number, look at Giannis had 23 attempts, 14 of 23. Middleton had 23 attempts, 12 of 23. Holiday had 20 attempts, 12 of 20. Now, let's look at Book. Book is 17 of 33. Chris Paul is 9 of 15, 8 and 7 of 12. Well, if you took their big 3, one guy took more shots than all the other two guys combined. And if you look at you see how it's divvied up? What happened, they fell behind. They started watching Book go one-on-one. Book did a great job, but you get a lot of standing around. If you go back and look at the play where Holiday took the ball from, look at that. Look how many guys are in the paint, and look how many guys standing around watching Book go one-on-one. So I don't believe. I know Monty said it only takes 1 game to force them to get back on the plane. Skip, I don't believe they forced Milwaukee to get back on the plane. I don't.
So, when Game 5 ended, I very soon tweeted, congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks for winning their first championship since they had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Oscar Robertson,
years.
right?
71.
Because it just felt so over on Saturday night. I'm now trying to pull myself out of it. I'm trying to second-guess myself, cross-examine. Did I overreact?
Yeah.
I don't think I overreacted.
How many of these games can you overcome, Skip? It happened to you in Game 4. It happened to you get
3 in a row. 3 in a row. And once it starts going south, it's hard to reverse the momentum because Milwaukee's playing more and more confidently. So you had your chance. You're up 37-21. The NBA championship is within your grasp. And you give up an 87-57 run at home. It's just pathetic and unacceptable. And you have a Giannis who on the road in this series is really struggling from the free throw line.
Yes.
He's now barely above 50%. And the other night in the fourth quarter, he became the usual disaster.
Yes.
They were quick counting him into oblivion on the road at Phoenix. But at home, not so much, because nobody's quick counting him at home. And he's been in a little bit of a comfort zone shooting free throws at home because he's made 17 of 25 in this series. That's 68%.
Right.
That's close to respectable for him. So you lose that X factor of Giannis at the free throw line.
Correct.
And this is just me, and maybe it's an easy second guess, easy 20/20 hindsight. But if I had been Monty Williams, as it got more and more desperate early in the fourth quarter, I would have hacked him. I know even the great Greg Popovich, he always says, I hate it, but it's the rule. The rule allows you to do it, down to the 2-minute mark. Well, if you hack him and he starts missing and you put more and more pressure on him by hacking him again, you completely disrupt their rhythm and their flow.
Atlanta did it to Ben Simmons, and it won him a game.
It won him a game because it takes everybody out of the flow. Middleton and Holiday are looking at each other like, well, we don't even get to touch the ball, and they're fouling him again. Because you can just go just touch him and foul him and stop play. And you completely deflow the game. You take Milwaukee out of any rhythm that it has. So I would have done that. I would have resorted to it. Maybe, you know, Monty's old school, and I appreciate that. Like, that's just not how you play the game.
I mean, he's trying to win the game, all that old school foolishness. Well, you're gonna lose just like the old school.
Okay. And it's possible Monty will look back on this and say, God, I had my shot, because who knows if you get back here or not.
Yeah.
The West is tough, man.
Skip, and I commend Milwaukee. You think the Nets are going to be beat up again, hurt again? Is James Harden and Kyrie going to get hurt again? What happens if Philly swings a trade, all of a sudden they get Dame Lillard? So now you pair Dame with Joel Embiid.
Fair point.
The Lakers are coming back. Who knows what the Lakers are going to do? Okay, Jamal Murray comes back healthy.
Keep on keeping on.
Kawhi comes back healthy at some point in time. Then what? Ain't no guarantees in this.
What's Dallas going to do?
Yes.
Okay, they got a new coach.
This is an opportunity. You got a golden opportunity. I don't care nothing about, well, this guy was hurt and, well, the Suns dodged the bullet. They got here. And so you take advantage of the opportunity once it's before you.
So, in the end, I can't see it, because I can't see that Phoenix could play a whole lot better than they played on offense the other night.
Right.
And I definitely think Milwaukee will play even better on offense, because Phoenix is not able to guard them. They're not able to stop them doing all the things that they do. They're just getting a little better by the game. The only hope I would give Phoenix is Monty has a way, sometimes Chris Paul has a way, of relighting Ayton's fire. And if you get him, so every once in a while he comes out with a mad on, and he'll give you a dominant performance. I've seen it about 3 or 4 times through their playoff run, where all of a sudden somebody in the pregame locker room lit his fuse, and he explodes on somebody because he's got a lot of ability. But he also, on any given night, will just drift through the game. And he doesn't play with high passion or high RPM. And when he doesn't, they get in trouble.
Well, see, Skip, the thing is with him is that the different than Giannis, Giannis gets the ball. Giannis can go create a shot for himself. Ayton is dependent on Chris Paul or Devin Booker giving him the ball.
Sometimes, but I've seen him wheel and deal and go baseline and go up and shoot a 10-foot jumper.
But Skip, we look at the 2010, you're like, 2010, that's pretty good. But he needs to be 2017, 2018.
He does, because it didn't feel 20 and 10. I didn't feel that kind of impact.
No, he has to dominate the boards. Crowder and Bridges, they're going to have to get on the boards with him. Because you can't keep losing the offensive rebounding, because, Skip, you're doing a great job forcing them to miss shots, and then they get the rebound and put it right back in. So you've defeated the perfect. You played great defense, forced the missed shot, and they grab the rebound and put it right back in. That's really demoralizing. Not only are they putting it back in, Giannis is dunking it home.
They are. So in the end, I thought Phoenix had everything it could have asked for, because Chris Paul was in a comfort zone to start the game, because I've told you before, he's friendly with Mark Davis, who got assigned as the crew chief. So he's in a comfort zone with a referee who he thinks will give him an even break, give him a fair whistle. And Lil Wayne missed the 2 games in Milwaukee because he had other commitments, but he got there Saturday night. LeBron was there. Rich Paul was there. Adele was there. It's like everybody's there. It's like, this is your night. You're on stage.
You know what, Skip? It finally felt like a finals, because we see the stars showing up. You know, the stars normally come to the finals games. Now, L.A., obviously, Denzel, and, remember Jack and Diane, all the big star celebrities. You saw Arsenio Hall, and then everybody would show up. So finally, we're getting an opportunity to see, I think.